unless you're saving up for a house or your parents are, you know, retired and they need someone looking after them, no, that's a red flag.
Yeah, I would date someone that lives with their parents for, I think for most men it doesn't really matter. I've heard a saying, it goes something along, it's a quote, it goes something along the lines of, women would rather sleep with a guy who lives with his wife than a guy who lives with his parents. Nicolette, confirm or deny?
You're saying that girls would rather sleep with a guy who lived with their wife?
Yeah, women would rather sleep with a guy who lives with his wife than sleep with a guy who lives with his parents.
I feel like that's probably true. I don't feel that way. I've been cheated on, and like I'm really against it. So like, but I do agree. A lot of other girls it's different. Like they will just sleep with someone who they know is married or in a relationship.
Word. Okay, what's yours? Let's your card. So frame it as, how would you feel about dating someone else?
How would you feel about dating someone if they played video games often?
Brecky.
I think that's fine.
Clicks. Hello.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he makes a living off of it. So.
Yep. Chad.
I play video games, so.
Is Clicks? Is he dating someone? Is he in a relationship?
I don't know. Can't
Would you?
speak on that.
You did the E-date with him though.
No, that was Aiden Ross.
Oh,
He's a
sorry.
different
Yeah.
streamer.
No, I know Aiden. I got it mixed up. Okay. So yes.
Personally, I have never been a fan of video games, but I honestly don't care.
Okay.
It's fine.
Sure.
If they were on all day, every day, I wouldn't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same. I don't want to be with somebody who just. I mean, as long as you have time for them, and if you want a game like a few hours here and there, that's fine. But it can't be like all day every day. Yeah. Yeah, as long as you don't lose any of the window with me, we're good. I don't want to lose the waifu or anything.
You don't want any of those.
Well, that's anime, not gaming.
Well,
oh, if a guy watches anime, that's a big red flag. I would not date him.
That's a red flag.
Yeah, no.
Well, if it's not if they watch it, if they like if they're like obsessed.
They always do though, you know.
Hentai.
Yeah. Video games not a problem. Anime big problem.
Yeah, video games not a problem.
Okay. So you said it'd be an issue if like they use the lingo and shit. Okay, so I want to paint a picture here for you guys. First off, let's say like this is back in the day. He was top of the ladder in Command and Conquer Generals. So like 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, like fucking smart. And he was like, he played GLA, like he'd rush, you know? Like put a bunch of rocket men into technical and rush the base and shit.
It's hot.
You'd go for him?
Yeah.
Rachel?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it. So you'd go for him, Rachel?
Yeah.
Okay. Lauren? You date that guy? Here, here, how about this?
I'm like, wait, what did you just say?
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know.
So,
Understand.
check this out. He's in a top North American hardcore raiding guild in World of Warcraft Classic. 460s, a rogue main, warrior primary alt, like warlock and mage and shit. 99th percentile parser, like fucking Chad Pumper DPS parser, right? All pink parses. He's in a hardcore raiding guild, so they full consume, full world buffs. They raid like, and they do split raids, so they've got like 3 or 4 raids going, right? They clear Molten Core and BWL in like 30 minutes each. They get all the world bosses, Lord Kazakh in the Blasted Lands, Azure Ghosts in Ashara. They get all the world boss loot, right? Fucking gamers. Like, and they have summoning alts too, like they're real chads. Summoning alts in the places, so like as soon as the world bosses spawn, yo, Lauren, as soon as the world bosses spawn, right, they're on it.
I'm
like
disassociating.
yo, Emerald Dragons, the Nightmare Dragons, Lord Kazakh, Azure Ghost, down in, I'm saying like, within 5 minutes of spawn. Like, they're that quick on it. Like, the Discord notifications, boom, they're on it. 40 people online, 3 a.m., they're gonna get the kill. 5 minutes.
I'd fuck him.
Fucking casual 10 hours a day. That's what I'm talking about. And, right, he's the main tank for the guild.
Sounds like a chat.
He's got Thunder Fury. Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. Did I fuck that one up? He's got Thunder Fury, right? That's a legendary. There's not a lot of legendaries, right? Yeah?
Wait, what was the question? Are we gaming right now?
he's got
impressive though. Yeah.
Played
And you
video
kept
games
going.
that often.
You kept going.
yeah, and like half the guild like they stack warriors because like that's the best meta. Like rogues and warriors, like if you want to speed run molten core and all this shit, like you're gonna stack warriors. Stack warriors, a couple rogues, but really just stack warriors. So he's first in line for Gressel. But the rest of the warriors, right, like they have most of them like ranked. So they're like going for rank 14, like no lifers. So dude, they are going for it. Rank 14. Like that's
Does
it.
this guy have any free time to do anything?
Well, if you want to do the honor grind, that's like a 14. That's like a full 14-hour day commitment to get to rank 14. That takes like 2 to 3 months, but they have all the the PvP weapons and shit.
I'm just envisioning the South Park episode when they're just eating and just getting fat.
Like high warlords.
Is this like just as like a hobby? Like,
Does it make money?
dating a guy that?
Nah,
like,
he's just like a casual.
Okay, no.
10 hours a day. You know.
Oh.
Really quick question on this: do you guys like in terms of the best loot system for World of Warcraft? Like, what do you guys prefer? Loot Council, DKP, EPGP, Suicide Kings? Come on, Rachel, you know.
I don't play
Rachel,
that
stop the
game.
cat.
I don't play that game.
Soft Reserve, doing it like Soft Reserve. That one's good, but like sometimes like she's a gamer. Would you date?
No, I play Rocket League.
Like the problem with Loot Council, like Loot Council's kind of like a corrupt loot system, right, Brecky? Yeah, like Loot Council. The thing is, like it works if the Loot Council isn't
They said
corrupt.
stop.
Don't worry,
I'm reading chat.
Rachel. Don't worry
Sorry,
about
that was mean. I mean,
Don't worry about that. But like,
okay, hide it. Yeah.
it's just like, bro, it's just like he kind of got one of the rogues in the guild got
God.
screwed because like he wanted Perdition's Blade from Rad, but like it went to another rogue that really didn't deserve it. So like he got Perdition's Blade, which is like the best dagger until phase 5.
You're describing yourself
But
right
what
now.
happens
aren't you?
when
No,
his
dude,
mom-
like
What happens
they
when his
gave
mom cancels
Perdition.
his World of Warcraft membership?
they gave Perdition's Blade to a rogue that didn't deserve it, and it's the best dagger that you can get until phase 5, until AQ, like Cthulhu. You know. Anyways, okay. Moving on. So okay, what's
That
your,
went on too long. I'm sorry.
He loves gaming.
I wish I knew.
Stop it. Get some help.
okay? What's yours, Marion?
Because they're always late.
So
I'm always late though.
that's a yikes. Although you were on time for the show, Nicolette.
What was the question?
What? I forgot.
They're always late. I mean, what if you're a man? Why are you late? Were you like doing your makeup or something? What are you getting?
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I'd say like always late, no, but like I'll give you a leeway for a few times. Like traffic things happen, But if it's like every
No,
single
if
time,
it's
then,
traffic,
like,
he's
no.
lying.
I'm automatically offended if a guy's late. I am
Bro,
gonna be
you were
late.
50
Just know that I will be
You
late.
were 55
but if you're
minutes
late,
late.
no, exactly. I'm always late. So if they're late, then they're like really late. You know what I mean?
What about you guys?
Being late happens,
I don't think
but
it's
don't
that
make it a
deep.
habit, I guess.
Yeah,
I really don't
mean,
think it's that deep.
it's not like I'm not gonna date them if they're constantly late. It's annoying, but it's not like a.
Yo, Rachel, do you surf, bro? Do you shred the gnar?
No.
Or are you more of a snowboarder?
Yeah,
You get that powder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
professional product. Oh, that sounds bad. But
You also do cocaine.
I do
apparently.
not do any drugs, thank you.
Admit it. Okay. Okay, yeah, major issue if a chick is late. Actually, Carson, in another tab, if you can pull up a window, if you can pull up an image in the Dropbox folder, there's a photo. Let me know if you, can you pull up a folder? Do you know how to do that? It's in the Dropbox folder. Do you have it open? Yeah. So, actually, whatever. Basically, would you guys, I did this once. So a girl was 15, 20 minutes late to the date. However, like she didn't let me know. So I just dipped at the 15-minute mark.
I would honestly,
What?
yeah, I would
Yeah.
want someone
Forget
to tell
about
me.
it, Carson. Forget about it.
I would want them to tell me if they're gonna be late. I
Yeah.
don't want to be sitting there.
Yeah.
And not
No,
knowing
but
where they are.
but I didn't hear from her because like, I don't know, I'm very punctual. So I showed up on time. I think it was 15, 20 minutes, and like my time's pretty valuable.
That's
so I'm
valid. I mean,
like, so I just left, and then she shows up at like, I don't know, we were meeting at 7. She gets there at 7:30. She's like, "Where are you?" I'm like,
that's
Yeah,
on
it's
her.
her.
"I dipped."
You're valid.
Yeah.
for
Is that
doing
What
that's-
was the date, by
100%.
the way?
what was the date?
Yeah, what was it?
Oh, just like meeting at a lounge for a drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I just left. And she was all butthurt about it. Oh, you should've-
Well,
Okay.
she should have texted you.
And
she
yeah.
should. Yeah,
Said
she should let me know.
something.
Also,
But,
like that's such a terrible first impression to
Yeah.
make. Like being late and that long. Bro.
It's like one of those girls that goes on multiple dates in one day.
That's a yikes.
Uh-huh.
That's a yikes.
She was like coming back from her last date.
Yeah. Well, I would say this. My experience is 90% of the time, the chick's at least 5-10 minutes late. Like I almost go in expecting a girl to be late on the date.
Damn.
That's how frequent.
I mean,
Y'all
what
be
she
late.
should do is get there early and then scope it out and make sure you are who you say you are from far away, so you're not a serial killer.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Or FaceTiming. Sometimes FaceTiming before you meet in person is always good.
Oh, I
too,
always
to
do a
read the
call.
vibes.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh, vibe check.
I
Vibe check.
always-
We were talking about that.
Have you been
Saturday.
catfished,
Not
Brian?
No, but I like to do a call. One, just to takes a little pressure off the first date. You get acquainted a little bit, and you can feel it out. It gives them an opportunity to feel it out, and me an opportunity to feel it out. I've definitely had phone calls with a girl and where we would have otherwise perhaps met, and I'm like, I don't think. I'm just like, hey, I won't pursue actually scheduling a meetup. But it's just, I've definitely avoided a couple scenarios. So, go ahead. What's your card, Sarah S Dog?
They ask you to split the bill on the first date.
That's fine.
What a Chad, for sure.
No.
I think.
Let's start over here. Go ahead.
What was the question?
They asked us.
Bruh, put the cup down. Put the cup down.
Sorry, I said it a lot. I think the guy should pay for the bill. Is that the question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
I think it's fair to split it.
Okay. Fair.
Um,
Valid.
well, I guess,
Valid.
Like I've had this discussion with friends, and sometimes it's like who asked
Sure.
the person to go on the date, but then again, also I'm someone like,
Who never asks?
well, that's true. But I'm someone who doesn't mind like splitting, just because for me that's not a big deal. I'm someone that actually I don't like when people pay for me, and that's just like even growing up. I think like my parents taught me to be very independent, so I honestly even when like guys are trying to be nice, I'm like I'm just gonna pay for my own. Like sometimes I'll let them, or even I will be one to pay for things because for me it is honestly like not that deep in a sense.
Sure. Nicolette.
I would laugh in his face, and then I would split the bill with him, and then I would never talk to him again. Cause I don't ask people out on dates. So like that means like they asked me to go out. You know?
So you would laugh in his face. You'd pay the whole thing and never talk to
No,
him
I would
again.
not pay the whole thing. I would pay my half.
Oh, you'd pay your half. Okay.
Yeah, and I'd be like, itemize it.
The fuck? But that would be a deal breaker if
Yeah, that's so like tacky, so embarrassing for them.
tacky. It's tacky.
Yeah, it's like
I mean-
invite a girl out on a date and be like, all right, like we're gonna split the bill.
I mean,
There are such opposite answers to this, like what is a guy supposed to do?
well, let's keep going around the table. Give everyone a chance to answer. Go ahead.
Honestly, okay, so it's not like a deal breaker, but I say 99% of the time I would want the guy to pay for the date because that shows he's interested. It doesn't have to be like financially stable, but I would say like, okay, like if it's your first date with me and the vibe is good, you know, like if it was a one-time thing, we could split the bill. But I would prefer a guy like pay.
You said that you want the guy to pay. That way you know he's interested.
Yes, but also like, spoil a girl when you say it could be flowers, it could be compliments,
Couldn't you make the argument that it actually would show, in terms of if you compared men and women, if a woman paid for the date, that would actually show much greater enthusiasm.
But I would
Stop
also
fidgeting with that.
I would also feel like if I pay for the date, I don't want to feel like I'm too independent. Like I want a guy to be in control and like pay for the date.
Okay. about you?
I mean, I would prefer if someone paid. Yeah, I would kind of, depending on like how much money he has, like it would just show some level of like investment. Like he can't take. It's also like someone can't take like tons of people out to dinner, so like that would show that maybe they're not dating like tons of. Well, if someone has enough money, they could. But yeah, basically it would be a plus, but not a deal breaker.
It would be a plus, but not a deal breaker. Okay. Would it be like negative points though, if he wanted to split?
No, as long as it's like a place that we both agreed on, like equally. It's not like him making the entire plan and then choosing what I order too and then expecting me to pay for it. That would make me mad. But if it's like we come to the decision together where we're going and I get to like choose what I want, then
Okay. Mary?
I think that if a guy is interested in a sincere way, and is looking for something serious, he will pay. And most guys aren't looking for something serious these days, so they don't.
I don't think a guy paying on a date is a very good metric for if he's serious or not.
True, because money's not everything, but it just tends to be chivalrous and gentlemanlike. Oh, hold the door open. so you pay for
Chivalry.
your
Did you just say
dinner.
chivalry?
Yeah, I did. Or whatever you call it, you know.
So what is so chivalry, like being a gentleman? Traditional gender roles.
It's like LARPing as a provider. You're supposed to want to do that if you're a man.
Not in today's day and age. I think it's
I
a
mean,
no.
no, I'm not saying like all of these chicks that you go out with from a dating app are worth, you know, the trouble. But if you're going out with someone that you think might be, then you need to show the initiative in that way.
Shouldn't the girl pay in those circumstances?
In what circumstance?
Because here's the thing, like a lot of men have had the experience or have heard about, for example, foodie calls, where a girl goes on a date. Rachel's laughing because she's done that shit.
Whoa, pause. No, I haven't.
Admit it.
I always either split or if they offer to pay, I'll be like, no, let me pay. But
Okay,
if they really want to pay,
sure.
yeah.
So there's this term called foodie call where it's kind of derived from booty call, where women will go on dates to get a free meal. Additionally, women will go on a date for experience or just because they're bored. I guess I'll go on a date with him, not doing anything else. Sure, why not? Whereas men, if they're going on a date with you, they have we know ahead of time, like, we're interested. Whereas women, when they go on a date, they're like, let me feel it out. I need to decide, blah, blah, blah. So there's foodie calls, and then there's also just wanting a free experience. Maybe some guys are being fucking extra and taking you to the zoo and shit, taking you to play mini golf, taking you to a concert, spending $50, $100, $200 on the first date. So there's that component to it. Whereas if a guy goes on a date with you, it's pretty clear cut he's interested in you. He's not going on the date just to strain this benefit like a free meal or like to go to a concert with you. Like, he wants to, at the very least, sleep with you. At the very least, and having sex with someone is a equal value exchange. You both participate in that. Whereas a guy paying for you on a date, that's a one-directional value exchange. He's paying money. You're not paying money.
What you is like you're giving him your time and also your company. So if you're a nice, sweet,
They're giving their
feminine,
time.
pleasant woman, you are providing him
So
the
it's
company of a
think
sweet
from
and
But they're
Well-
giving their time too.
Good
Well,
point,
I
Rachel.
think from the get-go, as long as you're honest with the person, be like, you should be
There you
honest. Like,
go.
hey, if you're just coming for a free meal, then say that. If you're going to actually be interested and be on a date, make sure you tell them.
Yo, Carson, go to Google, search for woman who went on 6 days a week to save on her grocery bill.
She should at least tell him
I mean,
to
if
be
she's
honest,
doing that,
you
she's
know.
probably fat. So not really
Well, in any case, look,
dateable.
men are kind of waking up to the fact that women are going on like also it's just, and I know some of you are young, so maybe you haven't gone on a lot of like proper first dates where it's like a dinner date or like meeting for a drink or something. Thank you, Carson. So,
That is crazy.
woman,
That is
yep, six dates a week to save on food. I didn't buy groceries for 2 years. Scroll down. Carson, scroll down.
So
Is
guilty.
this real?
This
But
is
with
real.
all the
She
time
made a
that you
TikTok.
spent
Scroll
on
down.
those dates,
Down,
you
down,
could
down.
have been like
Get to the
doing
TikTok.
something
Yep.
lucrative with your
Hold on.
time.
So, when they say women are bad with money, but you used to go on 6 dates a week to avoid paying for groceries, between 2016 and 2018, I didn't buy groceries once, probably saved about 150. You can close it. That's fine, Carson. You can just close that out. Close out the tab. Oh, you stuffed it. Okay, it's all good. So men are waking up to this reality where not all women, but some women are going on dates without an actual genuine interest in the guy. So guys don't want to feel like suckers. So me personally, I don't think dudes should be paying. Also, the other reason guys should not be paying on first dates is the current dating landscape. Gone are the days of people just dating one person at a time. People are seeing multiple people, both men and women. But I think it's actually much more common for women to be dating multiple men at the same time. That's a game women play. Some men play that game, but most men can't.
I think that was before modern dating as well. You know, like women having suitors, being selective. I think that's also when they were less sexually accessible
Well, yeah. Now here's
and more attractive.
to bring it back.
probably.
There was a girl 2 shows ago who, like I said, she's sleeping with 5 guys. She had 1 main guy, 4 side dudes, and she said, and then I was like having a one night stand on top of it.
Yeah.
So like,
That's
I
not
would,
dating.
yeah,
even,
like
that's just being a whore.
pretty much. I would not want to go on a date with a girl that is sleeping with another dude. I don't even want to pursue a girl who's sleeping with another guy. If you're sleeping with another guy, I don't care if it's just casual. I don't want to pursue you. I don't want to date you. I don't want to pay for your dinner. I don't want to kiss you. I don't want to have sex with you. I don't want anything to do with you. However, the dating landscape is both men and women, but I think more so women, they're sleeping with multiple people. They're dating multiple people. Like if
But
I
let's
find
get this straight. Do you mean dating is synonymous with like sleeping with the people that you're dating?
not
Because it
necessarily,
doesn't have to be that.
not
You
necessarily,
just
but
be
honestly,
going on dates with people for the first time.
I don't even like that shit either.
I think it's important to stay loyal in the talking stage, to be honest. And
Oh,
I feel like you should
alright.
only date one person at once. And the reason why I say that is like, because how are you gonna know who you like more? But then you eventually will know. But I still feel like it'll be confusing and it'll be just like, I don't know, annoying. I feel like how can you divide all of your attention to one person and really get to know them if you're seeing them?
Well, also the other thing is I would say almost all women are capable of going on like 3 or 4 dates a week if you were so inclined. What, disagree?
I wouldn't.
No, but capable, so able to do it. Rachel,
I wouldn't.
you wouldn't, however, well, if you were so inclined, Rachel, you could sleep with a new guy every single night of the week.
I wouldn't.
But you acknowledge that you could, right?
If I wanted to,
Yeah,
yeah, but I don't want to.
sure. And I mean, to your credit, you're an attractive girl, but
Thanks.
so I don't know if you're. I'm not sure if your looks. Do you have a brother? Older, younger? Is he got game? Is he good with the ladies? Is he good with the ladies? Is he the ladies man?
He's probably watching this.
Is he a Chad? Yo, what's his name?
His name's Jonathan.
Yo, Jonathan, you're a fucking legend.
Oh my god.
So is he a Chad?
He's not a Chad.
He's not a Chad?
He's very respectful and like
He's got a girlfriend, or?
he has
Oh, okay. R.I.P. in the chat for Chad. I mean, Jonathan. Okay, so I guess the point I'm trying to make is unremarkable average women. I'm not saying that you are, but I remember once I went on a date with this girl. Unremarkable. Like, average looking, you know. And she told me we had matched on Hinge. She had been on Hinge for 3 days. She had already had 2 dates before I had a date with her. She revealed all this to me on the date. And then she said, it was like a Wednesday or some shit, we hung out. Then she said, I have 2 dates planned for this weekend. I'm like, no, that's 5 dates in a week. I immediately,
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah,
pursuing
right.
you. It sounds like she wasn't interested in the relationship this year.
I would have left
Like,
the
why
date.
would you? openly be like, I'm seeing multiple people
Because
that's gonna.
I asked her, and
Oh, okay.
I mean, credit to her, she was honest, but
Honesty is important,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't see more than
She
one
was-
person.
yeah,
at once.
I would leave.
you would leave?
I would leave the date.
If a dude was like, yo,
I'm seeing
Yeah.
another girl on Tuesday. I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
know
it's
that.
just
I'm not
like-
If
interested.
they don't want
But-
me,
but here's the difference. So an average guy can't do that, whereas an average girl could fuck a new dude every single night of the week if she wanted to. Yeah,
Mentally
fight the
ill.
system, Rachel. No?
She would only do that if she were mentally ill, so it doesn't really matter. She hook up with a new guy every day. Yeah, you gotta be like actually crazy.
Right, but I'm not saying they would do it, but they have the option. And so
Yeah, they do.
basically, but you have average women who have basically the sexual options of a male celebrity. So that creates a asynchronicity.
Incongruity?
I'm trying to async. Jesus Christ.
Asymmetry.
I dropped out of college.
no.
In any case, so women have far more sexual options than men do.
Yeah.
Like it's absurd.
But that's not what
absurd.
they value.
Well, I mean,
Not fuck.
yes, men and women's sexual strategies are a bit different, but because women have like a de facto abundance mentality. So an
Wait,
abundance mentality, like women
Women
just
do?
women have abundance mentality. Women sleep with who they want, men sleep with who they can.
As far as their dating options, you mean?
Yes.
Because I feel like all the rest of the time they're operating on like scarcity mindset because they're constantly seeking security all the time. Like, that's what women want, right? Security, resources, safety, provision.
No, but I'm speaking just in terms of suitors and options.
Yeah.
Women have, even average women have an abundance of options, whereas
for sex,
men,
not for committed relationships.
no, even for
though.
committed relationships.
I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
I agree because you're supposed to only have like one soulmate. If everyone was meant to be with everyone, then nobody would be married, right? So I feel like,
Erroneous.
yeah.
Erroneous.
I think what he's pretty
Soulmate.
much trying to say is that most women will have like a line of suitors in their inboxes, right? Versus guys, if they go to their inboxes, they're not going to have like this whole slew of women there. There's just more opportunities for women.
Well, just to keep things moving along, let's get to the next. What was yours again? I think we already touched on that. Oh, one last thing on that. Actually, I already said it. Go ahead.
Mine says they're not.
You got to speak into the mic.
Sorry. Mine says they're not a feminist. So
Based.
what's the question? Is
Based.
what's the question again? Like, is that a deal breaker if they're not?
Yeah. Well, let's go around the table on this. Do you identify as a feminist?
no. No.
Based. Hello.
Oh wow.
I don't think so.
No.
Depends on the definition. I feel like there's a lot of different definitions of feminism.
What's your definition?
I guess like
Oh,
J. Lumen super chatted
Thank you, man.
$100. This is why I said what I said earlier. Men always talk on the first date. Set the expectation that this is what you want, and why. Physical compatibility is a critical component of a relationship. If she says no, don't waste your money or time on these 304s.
that's who? Do you know that guy?
Oh no.
I thought you said that's Aaron. Yeah, it's the area code. 304, definitely. Yeah, definitely area code. Right, Nicolette? Yeah. She's from the 304. Right?
I'm like, what was the question?
Don't worry about it. Okay, so his super chat was, yeah, don't wait. I think,
That's stupid. This is the society that
well, here's the
instant
thing.
access to women for $12.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like,
Chicken nuggets.
I think here's where men have an issue. If women let Chad hit it, and then you're gonna make the guy who you maybe want a relationship with, you're gonna make him wait. That's where men have an issue. If your standard throughout your whole life was, I value long-term relationships, I've always waited. But if you've like your body counts 20, 30, 40, and then you want to make this next guy wait, who is perhaps the most deserving of a long-term relationship. You're going to make him wait, but that's just ridiculous.
People want different things at different times, so I feel like it's
Sure.
valid. Like, people have like a, like, oh, you want to just looking for something casual right now because you went through a breakup. And then later on, you can change your mind.
Of course.
Why does she want to be?
Yeah, I mean, you're free to move however you want.
40 plus body count or asking anyone.
No,
Not really.
a lot,
But
bro.
maybe sometimes if they decide they want to change, religions all the time too. So I feel like
I've had multiple scenarios where I've been whatever, and she says when I was younger, I had a hoe phase, my body count, I had one night stands, etc. And then I come along and they're like, they want to wait 3, 4, 5 dates. When they tell me, oh, I've done this, I've done that, I've had one night stands, and I'm just like, because when if it hasn't been your previous standard in your previous relationships,
people can change their mind.
no, they can, and they're free to. It's not like I'm owed anything. However, I'm also free to feel that or to think that.
GG. Sorry, I was listening to the Whatever podcast. I know the topics probably are weird for for a speedrun, but whatever. So, anyways, we got a nice PB. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to run that didn't suck. I had like one really crappy mistake that lost me like 15 seconds in my previous PB, and it was just really unnecessary. I kind of just wanted to run that had like no major mistakes. This one was pretty sloppy. There was a lot of mistakes along the way, but yeah, like I said, no major mistakes, so good enough for me. I'm just gonna call it here, submit this run, and be done with probably with this version of Microman anyways. Alright, thanks for watching. Peace out.